My name is David Tang. I'm basically the Customer and Business Development Director. What it means is a role involving the consumer sales, and we have divisions that is involved in food services and divisions that is involved in chill divisions as well. I act as an advisor to this group. Well, there's a long story back, more than 30 years back. It started off with after school, where there was an option of what do I do next. What it struck me as being a professional could be elements of glamour. The first foremost thing that crossed my mind was really what will bring in fastest and quick income. And I thought sales line was one of the most interesting elements that can really pull me into the fast track of a start off with not the highest base, but a start off with really drawing some reasonable incomes, and that's how I end up in sales. What I've looked back and said that I worked for quite a few international companies, and in most instances, it is the element of challenges that really draw me into the organizations. I have a philosophy of my own where in each and every one of these organizations that I work for, I make it a point that if I ever choose to move on from their organizations, I will move on at the point where the organization is at its peak. And thus far, the last 4 organizations that I work on, I left them at a much more positive elements versus the time when I joined them. For me, that is inspiring. Most challenges is really the reverse, where there's quite a couple of organizations before I walk in, I have people telling me, and I said, hey David, it is not the company you want to join. While a few of them I took on the bull by the horn, as I said it, go in and really turn those companies around. One of the examples is really in the previous company that I was in, where the experience for the 17 continuous year, losing in terms of both market share, losing in terms of profit. In the 2 short years that I was there, I'm able to turn that around. And that I would have to say is one of my most challenging moments. In my role, I get to travel to quite a few countries. We do more than a dozen of those countries. Along the way, people of different cultural, ethnic, of different characters and charisma as well. That I would have to say my most enjoyable moment in this job. In this industry, where basically elements that we go into are by itself either innovations or creativities. The 2 elements of it, innovation is about bringing in the better elements of what we have today. Creativity is about really developing ideas that is pretty new to the segments now. We, in dealing with the customer and consumer, is about bringing creativity to the end user or consumer. To start off really, if you're one of those problematic child in school and to your teacher, you're probably the right characters for this job to start off. If you are one that have somehow a solutions or an answer to most of the difficult part of life, not just about school questions, you are probably the right characters as well. And if you're one of those people who really values friendship, people, values ethic, and be very, very conscious about integrity, then I would say that you have about 95% of the absolute right characters for the job.